Hi, I'm Doris Ann, and today we're going to talk about the spread, the Zodiac Spread. And I'm using tarot cards, but you can also use this spread with your regular playing cards. That'll be on another video. First of all, I take a deep breath before I pick out the cards, and I spread them. And the first card will be the Star. Now that would be what they call in the first house, and that describes the person. The second card is where the feelings are. You'll see that I give a little diagram in the beginning of the video, and you can look at that. Now I'm basing all of this from my book, Doris Ann's Tarot Handbook, so you can have an understanding what that means if you like to get the book. It's relatively inexpensive. Now, the third card would go in the third placement, and that's communications, if you notice. The fourth card is in the home, and I always look at the cards that have that show up that are in my birthday numbers. Now, I have a number 4, so this is very significant, being in the number 4 placement. And then the fifth card would be in that placement, and then the sixth card in the 7th, and I'll push these away a little bit so I have room, and the 8th, and the 9th, and the 10th. The 10th goes parallel to the 4th, okay, in the same way with the 7th and the 1st. And this is the 11th, and this is the 12th. Now, what you'll do, you look at the meaning. So again, we'll go through that very briefly. The first card, what that card means in the first house, that is describing you. That's the self. The second card is your feelings, and it's money. That describes what that means. The third card is your communications and siblings. The fourth card is your home and secrets. The fifth card can be children and your creativity. The sixth card is work, and also how you're relating to other people. The seventh card is your partnerships. The eighth card is inheritance. The ninth card is like higher learning. And there's other meanings too, but I want to keep it like simple. The 10th card can be your work. It's also a high card in the sense of new creativity, new meanings, new things are happening. What those cards mean are important. The 11th card, that can be friendships. And the 12th card is like secrets. It could be health. By the way, the number 6 card is also a health type of card. Now, I will read off what each card generally means. Okay, so the first one is the Star. And if you notice, the woman has a star over her head. She's pouring water. That's about feelings. And she's nude, so that means that she's almost like innocent. I'm not saying that I'm innocent, but I approach things in that way. Like it's always the first time, it's living in the now. The second card is about feelings, and this is a sensitive person. It could be artistic, and I consider myself artistic. So that's a strength in itself. It's like pay attention, because all of these cards are saying pay attention. The third one is the Hermit. Now the Hermit is a card that has an older person, has a lot of wisdom. He or she has a lot of wisdom, and you have the Star there that's saying you're taking this wisdom and you're showing it to the world. So that's communication. So how I'm taking this, we'll say this is a reading for myself. Take what you know and share it, okay? Now, in the fourth placement is the heart, and it has all the swords coming in. Now, the three of swords can be gossip, okay? Now, this is like in the home, in secret. So how I'm taking that, and it's also a communication card, how I'm taking that is something that has reoccurred in the past is going to reoccur again, and it could be sort of gossipy. Someone is saying something maybe that's not true, or it's their opinion of something, and you have to let that go, which is not always that easy. The placement is also a swords. Now swords mean what is happening outside of you. There's these things you can't do anything about. There's a letting go type of thing. And what's interesting about that, it's a number 9. Now see how there's a number 9 in communications? This is also communications, and this is communications. So there's something that's tying me up from the past that I need to let go of, and it's other people's opinions. That's how I'm seeing that. Now in the 6th placement, we talked about it's relationships, it's thinking outside the box, it's also health, and there's partnerships in there. So you always can look at the 2 to see if that correlates together. The number, because this is a number 2, that means that's looking very well with relationships and that type of thing. Number 7 is the 10. And you see how you have rainbows here, and the cups are always meaning love and feelings. And that means partnerships are looking very good. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean partnerships with marriage, although I am married. It could be partnerships and going into partnerships with someone else with an idea. The number 8 is inheritance, and this page of pentacles means messages. So there's something about money that I'm going to hear about that came from before. Something I've done before is going to come back to me. And that's to do with money, because you know, pentacles is money, and it's also intellect. Now we have the number 9. Now you have to remember, I'm a numerologist, so the number 9 is quite significant. This is the 3rd number 9 placement. And the 9 of Wands, or you could call it rods, if I told you about the rods before, that's conflict, but you're going to get a higher spiritual level with this conflict. And you see, here's a man, he has 1 rod, and all the rods are behind him. So he's done a lot of work. He's carrying 1 rod with him. So there's a letting go type of thing. I'm getting repeats on that one. And he's looking to bring it out to your attention too. See what are the cards looking at? He's looking at this card, 4 of Pentacles. Now 4 of Pentacles is in the 10th placement, which is his business. And you see him hanging on to the Pentacles and saying, this is what was and this is what is. There's another idea there. And again, I'm bringing up the number 4 as a very important number because I have 2 4s in my numerology and my birthday. So this is very significant. In the placement, it's significant, and the meaning is particularly significant. So you're hanging on too tight of what you know. Start thinking of new things. It's what you don't know. Go forward. Now again, we go back to the number 10, and we have the rods. See how the rods are both pointing to the Pentacles? Now this is an oppressive load. So again, things may not be easy with the new idea, but that's a growth type of thing. And this here too is in the upper level. This is the bottom level. This is more spiritual growth, seeing things from the outside, just letting things go. And that's in the number 11 placement, which is relationships. So some relationships may not be easy with this new idea. Now we're jumping to number 12, and it's the Ace of Rods. When you see the ace, that means anything brand new. And again, it's a rod, so we're saying brand new things are happening. It may not be easy in the beginning, but it's worthwhile because look at the spiritual growth from that. That's a very positive thing. Well, that's it for our little reading here. I hope I went slow enough for you. Again, my book, Doris Ann's Tarot Handbook, which will also teach you about the tarot, but the playing cards. And this spread is called a Zodiac Spread, and it's great for beginners, and it's great for people that are intermediate and really know what they've been doing for a while because they can tie the cards in together. So again, look at the faces of the cards, see what they're doing, watch what they're doing, and what cards are pointing to what, because that's how you tie in your readings. And if you like, you could just take one word out of my book, one word, and write that down for self and so forth, and feelings and communications and home. You can write that down, and you're going to do a reading myself. Thank you for watching.